exploded. With some 2D game development on my belt, but like I consider to create the artwork for the games, do you have any recommendations, tips for those who lacking the skills to create the artwork for the games? I actually don't know, because I never had that problem in my life. I co-founded Blizzard Studio with 2 awesome artists, so I never had to check that out. GSD will do what is following the channel. Although, what I could tell is know your weakness, and if you want to make a game, praising YouTube. Welcome aboard. Okay. We almost split, okay? Blizzard Studio at one point were very bad days at Blizzard Studio, and we almost had to split up, you know? We had to tell 6 people to that they had no job anymore. It was a very hard time and everything, you know? So at that point, I was wondering, I still wanted to make games. I was like, oh yeah, I want to continue to make games, but I didn't know if we were working together, whatever. All the team was like just super sad, okay? Very sad moment. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make a game alone. And I cannot draw. I cannot draw anything, alright? So, my name is Gigi, is on the channel, so, what I did is that I was like, okay, I know my weakness. I cannot draw anything. I suck at drawing, I suck at art. So, what I'm gonna do, Ebukun, thank you very much for following. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put another thing in front, in the spotlight. That result was Just Shapes and Beats. I made a little prototype of Just Shapes and Beats in a game jam, and I wanted it to be on the shapes with a lot of musical element because I suck at drawing. I was like, okay, I can polish stuff, I can animate stuff, but if I make a game, a musical game, and put the musical aspect of the game in the front, people won't mind if it's just a bunch of shapes, because I told them already in the title, Just Shapes and Beats. I've given the key that don't expect big explosions and shit like that in that game. Expects only shapes and beats. Hot fuzz. So that was part of the plan. That was because I cannot draw anything, you know? So based on that weakness, that is actually a limitation that you have to put yourself into to think about it, you know? That is not a reason to not make a game. That is a limitation. Let me show you. For example, you are starting a game. You're gonna say like, this is my limitation. Sausage Fest from the channel, welcome over to Sovereign. Currently, the most, you know, the biggest limitation is budget, you know. Also your team. So if you're like, I'm only a coder, no art. Also, where do you want to put that game? Or do you want to put that game on mobile, for example? Because if you're starting up, I will suggest to make Flash or mobile games to just reach, to just try to grow a fan base first, you know? I will highly not recommend to make a really super big game and try to sell that on Steam. You will not have money for the next 3 or 4 years, so try to make a fan base first instead. So, my limitation is like budget. I have a small team. Also, you like, okay, so budget is like, okay, so based on that, I'm like, okay, since of the budget, because of the budget, I can only make a game in 3 months. So I have only 3 months to make a game. Since I have a small team. King Richard is following the channel. Welcome aboard. Thanks for following. Game should not rely on graphic. And I'm only a coder. That's pretty much the same thing actually. I say a small team slash coder. Game should not rely on graphic. Now, if you want to, I'm gonna say like, game should be free, guys. Nobody know me. So what does that mean? That means that free means probably a mobile game, because on Steam, not really, you know. If it's on Steam, it should be like somewhere else as well. Mobile game, and I should say Flash game as well. So what kind of monetization do you want in the game? I am Sex BC, follow the channel, welcome aboard. So that means the monetization should probably be from ads or microtransaction, you know? So what the hell am I saying with all this? I'm saying that I'm not a coder, no arts is part of the limitation of the game design, you know? If you're not a coder, if you're not an artist, don't try to don't try to make an MMORPG, you know? GDL, keep on the channel. Think about that while you're making your game design, you know? It's like, okay, I cannot have any arts in the game, so what should I do to limit my art? So that's what I did with Just Shapes and Beats. I said I'm gonna do something that's just about a couple of shapes, and I want to put the music in the spotlight, you know? So everything is gonna be like, this game is awesome, but it's just a bunch of shape. Why? Why it's so cool? Well, because the music is fucking amazing. Overlord King is following the channel. Welcome aboard. So, yeah, my point is, this is a limitation, and just think about that for your game, you know? If you really want to make a game, like, I have this very cool idea, I don't have any art, but fuck it, I'm gonna start it anyway. Benjamin Giz is following the channel. If you want to do that, I would recommend not to do that. I would just say, like, just wait a little bit until making that game, you know? There was so many games in my life that I so wanted to do it, but my brain was like, Lash, don't do that, it's way too risky right now, you know? So, if you're still going there, False Virus, follow the channel, click over. If you are still going there, I would recommend to try to divide your game into modules. Joker following the channel. So this is like your entire game, alright? Like superbly divided. Hang on. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Welcome aboard. So let's say that this is your big game, alright? You're gonna have like, I don't know, battle. Come on. A part of your game will be the battle system. I cannot even write. Hang on. Battle. Da-down. Da-da-da-da-da-down. Come on. Da-da-down. Da-down. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Battle system. Now here will be, I don't know, RPG system. And then loot system. And online. And friends. Social. Whatever, okay? Let's say you divide your game like this. I would suggest like this is like your big dream game that you want to do that will take millions of time to do it, alright? I would suggest to just take one of those components, only one of them, and make a game out of that, alright? So take this, and instead of trying to make the whole thing, just try to make this, alright? Try to make only a game with your battle system, alright? So the game will have like, start, battle system, and then next. Make a game out of that. Try to release and ship that little thing first. Ship that shit up. Ship that shit up, I like that. Ship it, alright? So ship it, not only just like, oh, it's done, like 50%, there's only that that's missing. No, ship it, release it, alright? If it's not finished, it doesn't count. Alright? It's like in an RPG. If you don't kill the monster, if it's only 1 HP left, it's not dead. You're not giving the experience point. Alright? Same thing with that. If it's not released, you won't receive your experience point. Alright? So make a game out of that first. Release that shit up. Put Facebook links and your Twitter accounts, Twitch, whatever, web-based, blah 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 blah. Grow a fan base with that. Put your brand in it and everything. I know, Snow Slug on the channel. Welcome aboard. So put your brand in that. Links to your website, links to your following, to your whatever. You know, try to grow a fan base with only that spot here. And with those users, you're gonna get some cool user with that. All right. So it's got a couple of fan base. Next, go back here. Take the RPG system. Make another game out of that. A real live squash is following the channel. Welcome aboard. Make another game out of that. Listen and fucking release it. Alright? So do that for all those little components of your big game. Sometimes like it's easy said. It's easier said than done. But you know, I'm sure you can twist your mind to do something like that, you know? Because all those individual things takes a shit ton of time to do. Alright? So just like try to take one of them, and then you can reuse your code, and you will have solved a shit ton of little problems that will help you finish that big game, you know? But if you start saying, I'm gonna make that game because that's gonna be awesome, yay, you're never gonna finish it. You're gonna spend like video 100,000 haters from the channel, welcome aboard. So you're gonna spend like a lot of time on this, and this will be partly done, this will be like this amount done, and this will be not, this will be broken, this will be like partly done, so we'll have half of a broken game, you know? So yeah, that will be an advice. I hope it makes sense, my friend. I've had to babble for like 20 minutes on this. Agito, follow the channel, thank you very much.